Alrighty. We are back. Time to figure out what I'm going to do now that I'm working on rebuilding the entire thing. Well, there's DK. I say you're usually one of the first ones here. Going pretty good. I am doing good. I'm not sure. I mean, I should have enough stuff for maybe one more episode with this setup. Maybe. Oh, and there's NG. Good morning to you. I think right now my biggest thing is trying to get the Amethyst mixed up. I've got more gold than I know what to do with. I kind of almost want to just set up a separate filter right here for just gold. Like this. And we'll go filter. It'll only be for gold. I think I'm just gonna have the second portal just straight up put the gold out instead of having it go through here. You haven't been asleep yet. That's not good for you. Unless you're doing a late shift or something. Working that overnight hours. I've had to do that before. Ah. Yeah, it would be difficult to make sure the dogs are okay when you're asleep. Well, hello, Leonardo. I'm glad you're back for the stream. That's encouraging because that means you enjoyed it enough the first time around. That's a lot of Sandustry. I mean, I've done a few videos, not as many as some of the other guys, but I've done a few videos, so that's a lot to watch. Okay, I think I'm all out of red sand. I need to figure out if there's any more hidden somewhere, because I suspect the amethyst petals are going to be my biggest struggle right now. So I think that's going to be the next thing while that's just kind of processing, is trying to see if there's any more red sand hidden anywhere. So I gotta say, the people who keep putting up all the posters and stickers and stuff, they worked quick the other day. I took a bunch of stuff down off of all the light posts and stuff, because, you know, all the nonsense that people put up there, and they're not supposed to. And the next day, like the next morning, somebody had put more up. So usually it takes a few days. But I guess I must have pulled all the stuff down right before they went out to put more or something. I don't know. I'm also just waiting on the new guy at work. They're trying to figure out and get the approval for his pay rate, and then we can hopefully get him started soon. And then I'll probably end up, hopefully somewhat soon after that, I'll be able to start going back to the Saturday night, Sunday night, instead of doing Sundays and Wednesdays. Obviously, it's not going to change a whole lot on this one. Because, you know, Saturday night is still Sandustry night, so. Oh, way too many pedals. At least the stuff's going through. Oh, I didn't even see that. I got a tiny little pixel right there. Ooh, you know what? I'm just gonna light it on fire in here. Get rid of some space. Or not get rid of some space. Get rid of some slag and make space. That's what I was trying to say. Now I can't remember the thing I was gonna bring up. I was falling asleep the other night, and I thought of something, and I was even thinking about how I should write it down, like make a note on my phone so that I could remember to bring it up because I thought it was kind of interesting. But because I was half asleep, I was like, no, if I turn my phone on, I'll start to wake up. And I don't want to be awake because I need to be in bed early because I got to get up early. So now I forgot what it was that I was thinking. I might have to just portal all the Amethyst petals into the trash. Because if there's no more red sand, it's not going to do me any good. Why do I have... Oh, I don't know why I've got that. Yeah, maybe I'll make this... Maybe I'll make the Amethyst. Oh, but I don't want to get rid of it in case there's more red sand. Oh. Don't worry, guys. Don't let DK pressure you. You don't have to like it if you don't want to. It's okay. But if you do, that's awesome. 'Cause I've never really looked at the math on it, but I'm pretty sure, at least from everything I've seen, a view count to like ratio seems to be like 1 or 2%. So the fact that you guys do give me as many as you do, I'm already ahead of the curve on that, which is awesome. I've been thinking so I'm like paying attention to shooting stuff at the same time, and my brain's not wanting to process what I'm trying to say. But I have been playing Abiotic Factor as my stream for Wednesday nights, or Tuesday nights. And I'm pretty sure that I'm getting towards the end-ish of the game, which means I've got to figure out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Doom the Dark Ages for my next one. I never finished Eternal, but I really liked the 2016 release of it. And so I'm probably going to do Doom the Dark Ages as my other stream, but that's not going to take me very long, which means I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to play after that. And I'm kind of, if it's a little more stable, I'm kind of considering doing Drive Beyond Horizons. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's probably... But that might be another decent, just kind of long-term, chillaxy style game where I can just sit and ramble on about stuff again. Because all it is just driving a car. So... yeah, we're going to do that. All the new... I have plenty of pedals, and I'm probably not going to get more, but that's okay. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Oh yeah, no, I loved the original Doom games. That's why I enjoyed 2016 release so much. Because the 2016 release felt very true to just the run and gun style of gameplay. Oh, so Doom is kind of the classic shooter. It wasn't the original, but it was one of the originals. There were a few before it, and Wolfenstein was one of the bigger named ones of the old style 2D, 3D style shooter stuff. It's fun, but it definitely is kind of a run and gun style game. So if you're not a fan of, I wouldn't even say fast paced, but just, you just run and shoot stuff. So I mean, if you guys want, it's not sand related, but but if you guys want, I can always open up and do Doom 2016. I think, I don't know if I have the original Doom 1 and 2. I don't think. I might have one of the sort of remodded or whatever versions of it, but yeah, no, Wolfenstein, I don't know if it was the first, but it was definitely one of the first. I think it was either made by the same guys who did Doom. I think it was done by id Software, I think. Yeah, and it was an interesting style of game, as it looked 3D, sort of, because those games, what they did is they basically did mapping, and so the entire game was actually a 3D view of a two-dimensional map, because all they did was they had the walls and everything else that had a texture, and they basically just said, you know, they had a top-down view, a two-dimensional map, and then they just said, you know, they programmed it, this wall or this section has a certain amount of height, and then in the game, as you looked around, you were just looking at a two-dimensional object, but it was a three-dimensional representation. It was pretty, like, groundbreaking at the time. It was a whole new thing. And there were a slew of games that came out around that time, like Doom and Hexen and Wolfenstein, and a bunch of those games were like that. And then I believe id Software, I think they did, I think it was Quake was the first true three-dimensional game, because then they had a new engine that they had built. That's why it's the Unreal Engine is because it's from Quake. And they finally started building three-dimensional games at that point. And so Quake and Quake 2 and Quake Arena, Quake 3, like those all were built with an actual 3D rendering. So, and then they tried to do, what was it? I think it was Doom 3 back in like it was either the late 90s or early 2000s. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was just a weird, like, perspective visual trick. It was basically just, you know, a mind game. It was pretty cool, though. I'm going to just start grabbing the Amethyst petals. Yeah, maybe one of these days, if you guys want to see it, yeah, I'll boot up 2016 Doom, because I feel like it's a decent representation. The monsters are pretty cool. The gameplay and the mechanics are pretty good. So, personally, I think it's pretty good. But I would have to see if I even have the original ones. And since I've already beaten it, it would be easy enough to play through it and find, I don't know, maybe I tried to find a bunch of the secrets. I found a few. There's even a few spots where it will, it kind of like Easter egg style. It gives you old original Doom and Doom 2 maps, but done in 3D. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Wolfenstein. I don't know if I ever played Spear of Destiny, but I played Hexen, I played Doom, I played Quake. They even at one point did this really cheesy, like Chex Mix one. I think you can get it for free on a few. I guess game providers, but it's called Chex Quest. I even played that. It was yeah. I mean, it was pretty much a genre defining style of game. And so there have been many games since that have been trying to be like Doom in some form or fashion. And I think a big part of why it got so big was because, as they made the meme of it, Doom could run on almost anything because it was two-dimensional with a three-dimensional view. And so it didn't take a lot of processing power. So the guys doing it, they were able to make it run on almost. So now there's memes about it where people are playing it on computers, and then they play it on, like, I think I saw one that was like on an old ATM screen or something. Somebody was playing it on a Game Boy. One person, they were playing it on a calculator, like one of those fancy, like, those, like, equation, those super crazy calculators. The TI, the Texas Instrument, I forget which one. There's a few models, but there are people playing it on calculators. Like, I've seen somebody playing it on phones. Yeah, it's a whole thing. let's clear out this last area, I guess. Yeah, it is pretty satisfying. It's a good way to just kind of turn off the brain. It's one of those oddly satisfying types. Well, this might be a little too big for me to effectively sweep it back and forth. I might have to do this in small chunks. It's probably too much to hope for that there's red sand up in here. I think I told you guys previously about the weird little beetle things that were all over. And I think I told you what I figured out what they were. Wow. I think I might have been able to get rid of them. I got some stuff, like pesticide type stuff. And then got a new couch, because my old couch was falling apart anyway. But got a new couch. And yeah, I think I got rid of them. I'm going to have to make sure I keep working on it, though. Make sure that they actually are gotten rid of. Oh, this poor gold just going into the garbage. What in the world? Oh, that's not supposed to do that. Let's put a what? What? Okay, something's going weird. Oh, I see what it is. It's because I don't have the gold going onto the filter. It's going too far to the left. And since it's going too far to the left, it's not hitting this and it's just going back down in. See, all the things that I think I'm doing okay on, and then all of a sudden I mess something up. There we go. Okay. Now to get all this to process. Ooh, maybe I can just make the portal over there. Do that maybe? Go block the gold all the way over like so. Let's see if that works. I don't think there's any more coming down. I should probably make sure that only gold can go through there. There. Amethella's getting dumped. Gold working its way through. And something... Ah, some burnt slag. That's what's blocking it up. Okay. That's not too bad. It'll eventually work its way out. Come on, what are you doing? It's being weird. I'm gonna go burn the stuff again. Just speed up the process, right? It's kind of getting stuff moving. Okay. Can I go right there? Or is that too close? Oh, it'll fit. Okay. Alright, gonna get all this sand emptied out. Okay. Wow. Music stopped and it's now quiet. It's almost unnerving. It's a lot of pixels trying to figure out what it wants to be. I suspect this is gonna take a minute. I think I might have overdone it. Yeah, I think I overdid it. Ooh, I wonder if I could just put the portal down here. Maybe that'll be faster. I feel like there was something where if it went through a launcher, it would keep its momentum or something. So I could get the amethyst petals instead of going woo, 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 all the way down like that. I could get it to just go like, and then just straight down. Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, if it touches the wall, dang. It's not going to work quite as well as I was hoping it would. So I was kind of right. But then they hit each other and they hit the wall and then it stops working and it's just a mess. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna take a minute. At least I can get the pedals going. Maybe. See, I never did. I never did look at the. I think it was the washer. I never did look at that washer build that was recommended. I still need to do that. Oh, we've got John. Is that red sand? A pixel of red sand. Haha. I guess the downside to everything coming down through here like this is that the stuff that makes more stuff is heavier, so it falls down, so it just keeps making more stuff piled on top. I suppose that's not the most efficient, is it? I don't know if this will matter. Doesn't seem to make any difference, does it? Because it all just kind of catches. Now let's see if it makes any difference. No. In fact, it looks like it's making it worse. At least this way the gold can get down quicker, right? Ugh. This is taking forever. I mean, I guess that is the downside to pedals. Oh, there's where. These last little bit of void bloom are all I've got left. No more red sand. check and see how much of this is worked through. Actually, quite a bit. That's good. You know, I had considered, and I think I did it way back, but I was considering trying to do one of those you laugh, you lose type things. But then I had to get my camera and everything all set up again and whatnot. I'm gonna say I did at one point have my camera set up back in the day. Then it got to be too much work. Alrighty. Well, if you get this before you're hopped off, have fun, DK. I hope you win. I know Rocket League is going to have a lot more fast paced than this game. I don't think this game will ever outpace Rocket League as far as speed goes. Ooh, it's getting all the way up there now. There. I don't know if that's going to make it any better. Well, at least the gold can get out of there quickly. Kind of. Hopefully once all of this works its way down, it'll be okay. Maybe I can do it even closer. Because it has to touch the very bottom, so maybe that'll be faster? It's hard to tell. Every time the gold comes down, it hits the pedals and makes it go upwards. I kind of want to have a portal. Just have a portal go straight from here, like have the slag coming across. That probably just means I'd have to redo the entire build again, sort of. I don't really want to do that. Oh, it's take too much work. Oh man, it got stretched. Ooh. Okay, is this gonna go down? Or do I have to deal with spores, slag, all the petals. You ever have one of those days where you just don't feel like you've drank enough water? You just feel thirsty. sort of a no matter what I do, I just feel thirsty. Today's kind of one of those days for me. It's probably because I had some soda today. Had some caffeine. Keep me up. It looks kind of like an arrow. Or a really weird guitar. Guitar sounded as bad as it looked. I'm tired. I even almost took a nap today to make sure I wasn't too tired for being on. But I gotta say, being up at 4:30 in the morning, even taking a nap, I just start getting tired at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'm just exhausted at that point. I still need to go see that Backrooms movie. I haven't gone to see it yet. Maybe that'll be a game I try to play. Except it's so difficult single player trying to play Escape the Backrooms. That's a tough game to play solo. I mean, not that it's necessarily any harder as the difficulty, but more people. More people gives you more chances for somebody to beat the levels so that you can progress. Where if you die when you're playing solo, then you're just dead and you have to start over again. So there's no chance that somebody that you could play with, there's no chance for them to go get to the exit while you just sit there dead. Oh, did I miss some Void Blue? How did I get 2 pixels of Void Blue? It's going to take a while. Gold is not the quickest. I mean, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but because it's more dense than the other stuff, it makes it difficult for it to sift through. Everything just piles on top of it. Say this would be the point in the game where I would just put my head on the desk and just take a nap while everything processes. Because I could basically just come down and wait. Look at that weird crisscrossy pattern. It's like even when I try to go to bed on time, it's hard to fall asleep. And the other night we had dinner a little bit later than usual. And I'm not sure if it was because of having food late. So my stomach was just like not sure what to do because I was trying to process food, but at the same time I'm trying to go to sleep. So I had a weird, not like a weird dream, but just like a weird night. Like I'd wake it up once or twice. I just didn't get the full rest, you know? But it was either that or I do have, for those occasional I need to get to sleep quickly, I do have a thing of just non-pain, non-whatever of the Z-Quill. Because it's just a sleep thing, so it helps you get to sleep quicker. But I'm not sure if it was that or if it was eating food too late. But something just, I did not get a good night's sleep. And you don't realize how much you need your sleep until you don't have it. And then you get a good night's sleep and you wake up and you're just like, man, I feel so good. I am rested. I'm wide awake. I'm just awake and great. But when you don't get sleep, you're cranky and you don't want to think about anything, and your brain just wants to be not there. Go see how all my pedals are getting along down there. Nice. Yeah, see, that's what I was hoping. As soon as it comes out, it hits the bottom, and that's what deletes it. I'm not even going to worry about the ones over by the gold. They will eventually make their way through. I've got to do my car registration this month. Got to do both of them. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. It's almost $100 for each of them because I got old cars. Holy cow, I just realized my car, like my main car, is 20 years old now. Because it's a 2006 model. Nice. Yeah, mine. I think it's 90. It's like $95 for each of my cars. for registration. And they're old enough that I think I only have to pass emissions like every 2 or 3 years, something like that. And it's about time I get my oil changed too. Since I drive it so little, I don't worry about getting my oil changed all the time. So I just do it once a year. Because I put so few miles on my car. It's like there's no point in me having oil changed every 6 months or every 3,000 miles. Because one, it would take me like a year or two to put on even half that many miles. And then time wise, because I don't drive it that much, it's not like my oil just gets super gross. So yeah, I just do it once a year. Because you don't want to change your oil too much. Especially if you have the right oil. Well, it's getting there. Oh wow, I just randomly got the hiccups for a second there. There we go. can't remember who it was that recommended or said I should do this. But I'm doing it. Got it. Ah. Ooh. Maybe I'll just... Oh, I'm gonna have to go all the way around. I don't know if I can get up and over. Ooh, barely. There. Now everything can fill up with gold. Okay, that seems to be working. Look, you can see the stuff on the top because the map wraps around, but you can't do anything with it because it's not actually there because it's the bottom of the map. It's a different section. It's getting there. It's definitely taking its sweet time, but it's getting there. I mean, it's going faster than I thought it would. Where's my water? Oh, I set it over there. Ugh. I gotta grab my water. We'll get nice and close. Just gonna stare at it. And I'm gonna take like 10 seconds. I'm gonna go get my water real quick so I can. Like I said, I keep feeling really thirsty, so I feel like I need to go drink more water. What in the world happened to that? Looks. Oh, well, okay. Luckily, my water's only like 5 feet away. Ooh, I should put my shoes away too. There we go. Oh, water is grabbed. Shoes are put away. Now I can chug. I like to add the little water flavor things, but not the amount that it says to add. I like to do I like to do like 3/4. Because it always feels like the amount that it tells you to add to the little drink mixes, like the little water flavoring things, it always feels like it's too much. It's like Kool-Aid. If you do Kool-Aid, it's always just too much. So I do like, I mean, I can't even think of the last time I did Kool-Aid. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure the last time I did Kool-Aid, I did it with, instead of like 1 cup of sugar for each packet, I think I did like a 2/3 cup of sugar. Something like that. It's always just too much sugar. It's like I'm fine with the sugar for a little bit of an extra flavor, but it's just too much. I hope that turns back into water at some point. But just in case, because I know it is going to be weird about it. There. Oop, that's not the thing I was looking for. Yeah, see, that should be high enough. Oh, that perfect. Wow. I thought I was like 2 or 3 blocks above. I don't know if that would have been any better if I'd have done it intentionally. Slow and steady wins the race. But I wish it would go faster. Here I was thinking I was only going to have like one, maybe 2 episodes left from this thing. Turns out I was wrong. It's going to take forever for all this stuff to process. Part of me wants to see how much it ends up being. So I want to put collectors all over the place. But I also don't want to. It just wouldn't look right. I kind of feel like there's definitely a faster way. And I really should look up. I'm not forgetting who it was. But I should look up that one that Trim does, I guess. It's like part of me wants to do it because more efficient and it's faster or more output or whatever. But part of me also doesn't want to do it because I want to be like, I built it and I want to try to figure it out. That's kind of how I look at, like, when I watch, I don't know if you guys watch any, I guess, Minecraft YouTube stuff. But one of the guys that does a lot of it, Direwolf20, he does a lot of kind of technical style-ish building. He doesn't do a lot of big fancy building, but he automates everything using all the different types of mods for the game and stuff. And I like watching because sometimes I'll have an idea for something, but I don't know how to work it. And so I'll watch guys like that and I'll go, oh, that's how this thing works. And then try to make my own version of it. It usually is terrible because I don't do as much of the technical, like, I don't code. And so I don't have the, if this, then this type of, like, I'm not as good at that. I'd have to do a lot more practice to get better at it. But yeah, getting inspiration definitely isn't bad. So I might have to look it up and kind of see how it is he does it. and then I can either scale it up or scale it down or mess with it to see if I can make it fit what I want it to do. It's already almost down. And it'll start to process all this. There we go. Now it's that much closer. Alright, so got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more blocks. That's going pretty quick, too. Yeah. I do try to be myself. Sometimes it gets you in trouble. But that's okay. What in the world is going on there? He's just like shooting way down. It's almost like a disappearing or like it, oh, I guess it's moving up this way. I see. I think that's what it's doing. You want to know a surprisingly, I mean, especially as a grown-up, but a surprisingly fun, just random activity? Going to IKEA. It's weird, but I like it. I like looking at furniture and all the cool stuff they've got. It's definitely not the highest quality, but it's within my budget range. I mean, half the time I still can't buy the stuff, but woo. But I like it. Almost done. And start pulling all the different slag bits. Oh, but will it? I mean, it should, right? Yeah, I mean, it seems to be. Because when the conveyor belts try to push it over, if there's stuff in the way, it won't. And all this stuff should then go into the portal. I'm almost done with this little pack of Mentos mints. Ah. Yeah, it's definitely not everywhere, but it's a fun store. It's very kind of just cheap plywood and fiberboard pre-done, so you just pull out of a box and you put it together. If you ever get a chance to come up to the States and take a look around, you'll have to try to visit an IKEA. Or if you end up in Europe somewhere, I'm pretty sure they've got a few of them there too, because, you know, it's Swedish and all. I mean, if somebody told me that they don't have IKEAs in Europe, I would be like, I would almost want to believe them just a tiny bit, but then I'm going, no, that's impossible. Because I'm like, I know that they have to have them. But if you could be convincing enough, you might get me to doubt myself. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not good. They get the job done. I would very much imagine that if you've been to one there, it's probably 90% the exact same here. The top, they have like a big two floor, like 3-story, 2-story warehouse And the top has all the displays set up. And then the bottom place, you go grab it off of shelves and buy it. Yep, that's the one. Big yellow and blue store. I've gotten quite a bit of things from there, like my bookshelves and some drawers and dressers and things like that. Stuff that I can just put up. It doesn't need to do a lot. If I want something that's going to last a little bit longer, then I'll invest a little bit more money into it, obviously, if I can. But it's all kind of just cheap wood, so you definitely can't expect it to last a long time if you have kids or something, because something will happen. Somebody will climb on it. Somebody will break something off. That's just how it goes. But if it breaks, it's super cheap and easy to fix. That's a crazy suggestion, John. I'm not gonna flood the map yet. Maybe once everything's processed. Because I do not want to deal with all of the water everywhere. There. I don't think this is going to overdo it, but it should be fine. I was hoping maybe I'd get more red sand at some point, but I don't. Yeah, what the hey. Yeah, it's good enough small size. I can feel that not drinking enough water and tired headache. It's not a headache, it's just that tiny little bit of pressure almost behind my eyes. I'm trying to remember. Oop, autosave. It's gonna bug me not being able to remember what the thing was I was thinking of. It was either last night or the night before that I wanted to share, or like a thought that I had. And now I can't remember what it was. And it's gonna bug me. And I'll probably remember it when I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'll be like, I should write that down. And I'll say, no, I'll try to remember it. And then I won't. Oh man, I need a massage. Between all the heavy lifting and everything else, it's been so long. I just need to go get a massage. I wish they were cheap. Go get all the muscles in my neck worked out. Get them all loosened up. Maybe get the chiropractor to pop it again. I just can't afford it. Yeah. Right now, that story, I don't know what it is about it, but it's all the rage. It'll probably be something that in like 4 or 5 months from now, once everything is kind of cleared, stuff's out in the open, legal whatevers are basically done. It's like that. At that point, then I'll try to look into it, or at least maybe hear about it. I just feel like part of it is it went viral as a story. Yeah. So I heard that they were doing like an audit or an investigation of the police department or something in there. I don't know if I don't know. I would have to look into the law stuff, but I don't know if they would release it on accident. I wonder if maybe either somebody leaked it or if it was one of those like freedom of information something or other where somebody uh, like requested documents or something and so they had to turn it over by law or something like that. Because I know most places you can do that, where you can request, like you can do a written form and you can request information that should be publicly available so you can't. So as long as it's not usually ongoing investigations, then you most places you can submit to say, hey, I want to see XYZ body cam or transcript of this thing or whatever, and I believe most places legally they have to be able to give you most of that type of stuff. Obviously sensitive information or like ongoing investigations, I don't think they have to. But yeah. Yeah, man. So it looks and sounds like maybe it was a leak then. Yeah, I've got to say I am very uh, iffy on the whole leaking thing in general. So maybe somebody did just accidentally put up the wrong files. But yeah, because it's just I'm fine with some leaking because it people should have a right to know what's going on. But I also feel like if it's not done properly, it can be tricky because if somebody leaks information that could be damaging to something, or somebody leaks something that legally they shouldn't, it can be really tricky. But there should be that transparency, and there should be able to be some sort of accountability. So I'm kind of like 50-50, maybe 60-40 on the whole, so-and-so leaks, whatever. Because the downside is that maybe somebody puts out information and either someone's claiming that it's a leak, but sometimes people release stuff and it turns out that either the information is incomplete or it's been edited or doctored in some way sometimes, and then it just causes issues rather than transparency. Yeah, so it sounds like somebody just like copy pasted the wrong file or like selected the wrong folder to pull or something. Well, not like doctored stuff at that specific thing. I'm just saying in general, the whole people leaking stuff. Sometimes people just weaponize it and they try to say it's something when it's not. Yeah. Well, maybe they were hoping if they put everything out there, maybe they were hoping they could kind of get ahead of it and be like, look, see, we're being responsible. You should trust us. Because I know sometimes that'll happen too, where they get caught and then, people try to be like, pretend like they were doing what they were supposed to do the first time around. But I'm sure there's more stuff that's going to come out on it, positive or negative. I'm surprised all the plain slag is what made it through. Yeah, just like I closed my eyes for a second, and my brain immediately just starts wandering. And I start thinking of something completely random, totally off topic, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what, why am I doing that? And then I think, oh, I should share that thought. And then I go, no, that would require so much context to explain what I was thinking, why it should even be relevant to a thought process, and I'm usually half asleep at that point, so the thought that I need to try to explain doesn't even make sense. Ugh. Well, it's already midnight. It's a little after. That means it is my bedtime. Technically way past my bedtime, because my bedtime normally is like 9 o'clock. So, but I gotta go to bed. I got church in the morning. Luckily, it's not super early, but that's okay. So take one last fly through. This is gonna take its sweet time. Once all that goes through, it's going to start dumping everything out. For a second, I thought the name said kitten. And then I thought, well, now I have to say the name like the one dude with the fedora thing. It's like, hello, kitten. But then I looked at it more and I was like, oh, that's not kitten, it's catten. So hello. You're just in time for me to start calling it a night, unfortunately. Because I gotta go to bed. It's getting late. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, feel free. Do all the likes and the subscribes and stuff if you want. Join me next Saturday and we'll do the next episode. And I'm going to have to find another map because this one's almost kind of done. And then we can chit-chat some more while I let everything run its course. And until next time, have fun.